Hello everyone, it's Ali and welcome to my channel. So guys, for those that have never been to my channel before, I'm Ali and my channel is Crafty Ali Creates, and today's video is as part of a collaboration. I was invited to take part in it's called Out with a Bang, the last days of summer collaboration, and it's hosted by the lovely Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors and Julie from Julie's Papercraft. They did the same last year. It's a collaboration that runs right through August, and there's lots of people taking part, and each day the person whose day it is has a prompt to follow. We were given 3 kits to choose from. 2 were by Mandy, 1 was by Julie. I've chosen the kit by Mandy and it was called Faded Impressions. It's a 35-page kit. I've not printed it all off, I've just printed some of it to what I'm using. And yeah, there's a Facebook group. Everything, all the details will be listed in my description. Taking part Facebook group where you can get freebies from, where you can buy the kits. Everybody that's taking part, there'll be a playlist so you can watch all the videos. Yeah, so I'm day 16 and my prompt was reinvent. Now, I'm not going to lie, I did struggle with this at the beginning, thinking, well, you know what, reinvent. Anyway, what I've done is I watched a video from the lovely Sandy, who's Septeria 18, and she made this. I'll show you what it is in a minute. I've sort of tried to reinvent it with different ephemera, and I've made the base a bit different, and I've also used the kits that I've got, this one, the Faded Impressions, and I've used bits and pieces of different things, and I've just sort of tried to reinvent the kit into this piece of ephemera. That was my interpretation, so that's how I perceived it. So we're going to make this, and it's just like this little, it could be a standalone piece of ephemera. I think it'd be nice as a little piece of happy mail. It's got a little pocket there with a tag. And that goes in there. Let me just pop that in there. Come on, get in. And then I've just made some bits and pieces. I've made this little envelope here with a little piece of ephemera in. I'm going to make all this, and then I've just used the kit and tried to reinvent some of the pieces just to make different things with. I've made a little pocket, I've cut bits off the papers, I made a journal card to go in there. So that's what we're going to make. I'm going to try and not be too long, but there is quite a bit to it. I will leave a link to the original video that I watched from Sandy. Okay, so she started with a 12 by 12 page, which is where we're starting different, because I haven't got a 12 by 12 page. I've only got these A4. So I've printed these 2 sheets off, and I've printed at the back as well. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off the white border. I didn't do it because I wanted to show you everything that I was doing. Like I said, I'll try and be as quick as I can, but there's quite a few things to make. Yeah, so it'll be a nice collaboration, lots of people taking part, lots of different ideas. I love these kind of things because you get some great ideas from different creators. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move that out of the way a minute. I'm going to glue my pages together. You need to start off with a piece that measures 6 by 12. Let me just, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue this over. So I have sort of reinvented it because it was started with a 12 by 12 piece of paper. So I'm going to stick that there like that, okay? Right, and then we're going to cut it down to 12 by 6. So let's just get my paper in. So where's 12? There's the 12. I'll keep that because I've used that for bits of ephemera, and then I'm going to cut it down to 6 inches. Oops, I nearly did 5 then. I meant to change the blade in my trimmer and I forgot. Right, so that's our piece that we're going to start with, the 6 by 12. Okay, get your scoreboard or whatever it is you use to score with. Okay, put it in. Okay, so you're going to score, it's just 2 score lines at 4 inches. I hope you can see there, 4 inches and 8 inches. Take it out. Okay, your first score line you're going to fold back on itself, and then this one you're going to fold up like that. Okay, let me just get my bone folder. And that is it. That's the bones of it really. As you can see, it's just like that. And then what I did, I turned back this little, you can turn it back as much or as little as you want to. I've just turned it back like that. Okay, and then I want to put a thumb notch here to make the little pocket. Okay, and then to glue it together, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue this piece down. You could have it as a little tuck if you wanted to. If you didn't want to glue it down, I'm going to glue mine down. Okay, and then just put that down like that. Okay, and then we want to glue down there. And that's going to glue up there like that. Okay, and then we're going to glue down the back here, down and along the bottom, and that's going to make your pocket. Okay, just give it a little minute. You could glue down there if you wanted to, but I've not. I'm going to leave mine like open like this. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to just copy it exactly the same as this one. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make the little envelope. We've got the pocket there. We've got this pocket here. In fact, we'll make this one first. I can't remember what I cut it to. Where are we? 5 3/4 by 3 1/4 to make this little journal card. So let's just see if we can. 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. Just take that little bit off there and put that in. Yeah, and I'm going to make a little thumb, little tab using my tab punch. She says this one here. Okay, let's just put them in the bin. Okay, and I'm going to round my corners on this. You know, you could put anything in these. They're nice to send for Happy Mail because you could put some, little bits of ephemera, different bits and pieces. And then what did I have? I had the, let me just get my ephemera and let's find which picture I used. See, it was this one here. Like I said, I'm not showing all the kits because that's already been done. I've just printed off what I wanted to use. So this one, I'm going to cut around it. I'm going to use my pinking shears to cut around it to make it fit. Excuse me. I might have to cut a little bit more off there. Oh no, that's okay. And I put a piece of just book page underneath just to break up the the background there. You can see I put some paper there. I'm going to do the same with this one. Yeah, so it's something nice to watch every day, isn't it, for August? Who can believe that we'll be going out of... I think I am just going to put just a little bit of ink around that one there, if I can find my ink pad. Where is it? Just around the edge of here. Yeah, be nice to watch all through August. Gets plenty of ideas for different things. You'll be able to see the different kits, and like I said, there's going to be lots of freebies on the Facebook group, and the link will be below for that. I just thought it added something extra with the putting them on foam, if I can get some out. Right, one. You know, you can make any ephemera to go in here. I'm just making what, yeah, I just thought I'd just make a few bits to go in. You could put like glassine bags in with little bits of ephemera, you know, die cuts and stuff like that. Okay, so that is going on there. Okay, so that is now going in our little pocket there. So that's that piece. Now let's put that back. And I think what I'm going to do is make the little envelope. So let's just put that back in there. Okay, so we're going to make the little envelope on the front. So you want a little piece of paper that measures 4 by 3 inches. So let's just cut that up. Which piece should I use? Just have a piece of that. So we want 4 by 3. I'll move my scoreboard in a minute and then you can see what I'm doing. 4 by 3. Okay, and then you're going to put it in your scoreboard and you're going to score at 1/4 inch each side. So 1/4 inch here, I hope you can see, 1/4 inch there, turn it round, 1/4 inch down the other side, and then turn it to the 4 inches, and you're going to score at 1 1/4, so 1 1/4 and 3 inches. Okay, and then what you're going to do, it's very hard to see, I can move that now. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove all 4 of the corner panels, the 4 little corners. So if you can see there, these 2, and sort of cut it, you know, on an angle like that, and then this one like that, and then the 2 at the top as well, like that. Okay, and then you're going to fold in your sides and then you're just going to fold down like that. And I don't think I'm going to put a little thumb notch, I think I'm just going to glue it up like that. Okay, and there's your little envelope. I am going to round my corners a little bit just so it doesn't look as sharp. And then where's my piece that we're making? This one here. And then I'm going to stick my little envelope on the bottom there, and then we want to make just a little journal card to go inside it, like that one. So I don't know what that measures, I didn't actually measure it. What I did was I just cut a piece down and just guessed, if I'm honest. Let's just cut a little piece down and see. Just make it fit in there, cut a little bit more off. Let's just cut that, let's see if that'll fit in. Yeah, that fits in there nicely. I just put a little butterfly on there now. Which one was the butterfly on? There it is. So I'm just going to cut the butterfly around here. Yeah, when I seen the word reinvent, I was a bit, I'm not too sure what to do. And then sort of I asked a few people for some advice, and the more I thought about it, I thought, well, this is reinventing, because I'm reinventing my own, you know, my own ephemera. And yeah, so I hope I've done it justice. Right, so there's my little butterfly that's going to sit on here. Okay, I am going to put another little foam pad on. Just put it in the middle there like that. And then we'll stick it on there. Okay, so that's in there. And then what did we do? We had the word memories over the top. Oh, let's put some lace on the bottom there. I've got some more here. Just a little bit of this lace along the bottom of the pocket. Like that. I was going to put a little closure on it, but I can't find me, you know, the little dots, Velcro dots. They are somewhere. So you could put a little Velcro dot on there if you wanted to. And then I want the word memories. So printed the words out again, which is there. I'm going to use my pinking shears to cut around it. You don't have to use pinking shears if you've not got them, obviously. Okay, I'm going to stick that on there as well. Let's just cut that in half, that little foam pad. One there, and then one there. Rubbish with nails on, not good for crafting. Okay, and then I've got this little image here that I've tore from one of the pieces of ephemera. Which one was it? I think it was one of these. It doesn't have to be the same, but I'll do it the same. Which one was it? I think it's this one here. Let's just cut around it. So yeah, you can use the kits, you know, just other ways to use kits rather than just use it as a journal card, as what it's meant to be. I'm just going to tear around it. I actually don't think it was this one that I used, but it doesn't matter. I'll stick that on there. Let's just chop that little bit off. I'm just going to ink around this just because it's white. I don't want the white edge. Yeah, you don't always have to use things as they're meant to be. You can cut from them and make different things, embellishments with them and different things. This is why these collaborations are really fun to watch, because you pick up so many different ideas of different people. You know, everybody crafts in different ways, don't they? Everybody's got different ideas. Okay, so there's that one. Right, so that's that. Right, what have we got to make now? Let's have a look what we've got. One of these. So what I did, I just cut two back to back. It doesn't matter which two. Let's just cut it. I didn't cut them out because I wanted to show you what I was doing. So just cut two of these and then I just put them back to back. There's one, and let's do this one. It's a beautiful kit, this. It's right up my street, this one. They were all nice kits. It took me a bit to decide which one I wanted to use, to be honest. And then I decided with this one. Yeah, so I just glued them back to back, like so. And I'm just going to straighten it off. I'm not very good freehand cutting. And then I just put a little eyelet in. Let's just pop my lid on there a minute, and then it doesn't go dry. Let's get me that one. Little eyelet in there. I hope I've not been on too long. I am trying to not take too long. Okay, let's just set the eyelet. And then where's my string? Little piece of this. Just gonna hopefully get it through, like so. And then just pull that through. I am going going to round the corners. You don't have to, I just like the corners rounded. So there's that one, which is that one. We've done that one. Right, what's this? Which one did I use? Is it that one? No, it was that one there, that piece that's left. And all as I did is I just folded it in half. Okay, and then I am going to just cut freehand. And then what I'm going to do is just glue that together. In fact, I like that side better. Let's put it on that side. And let's glue that down. You know, there are tags in the kit, but I'm trying to just, like I said, reinvent. And then I'm just going to take that and then drop it that side. Okay. And again, I'm going to put an eyelet in here. And again, let's just put a little bit of twine. Through there, and then I'm just going to embellish it like I've done with that one. Get that through. Nails are great, they look nice, but they're not really good for crafting with. I had them done at my mum's. Well, if you don't know, I've been visiting family up north. We come back a few days ago, so it's strange being back at my desk, and I wanted to obviously get this project done for the collaboration. Let's put a bit of lace on the bottom there. These are just scrappy little bits out my scrap box, to be honest. Yep, and what else did we have on there? Oh, there was already an image on that paper. Must have used a different one. Let's have this one here. We'll have this bingo one, I think. Or you could rip from the kit. Yeah, I'm just going to put that on. I'm just going to cut the corners just to make it a little bit different. And I'm going to put some foam pads on the back. I hope I'm in frame here. I've not videoed for ages, so it's getting back into it, videoing. Did I have a word on this one? No, it was on the other one, the little pocket. I've just got a pocket to do, and then we're done. So that's that one. So there's that one, and then we've got that one, and then I'm going to do this little pocket. Okay, so to make the pocket really easy, I'm going to use another piece of card, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it over like a, in fact what I'm going to do first is just trim off the edges because they're white. I could cut it down actually. I think I might do that. It'd be too big to go in the, you know, where I've printed just the white off. Let's just cut a bit off. Right, really easy. Fold over to the middle like so. Let me just move that a minute and then just burnish it down. I've printed on card, not paper, so it's a bit stiffer. Okay, and then I just fold up the bottom a little bit. Okay, open it out, and can you see the 3 bits at the bottom? Just cut that bit, and then I just shape them 2 bits, and then what I do, fold over and then just fold up, and that just gives you a little coin envelope. I am going to cut it down a little bit. It's a bit too tall. Let me just put my glue back on me 3-in-1, and then it doesn't dry up. And then just put some glue on here, glue that down, and then some glue on the bottom. Okay, and then let's see how tall I want to have it. Right, let's just cut a little bit off. And I am going to put a little thumb notch in there. Okay, and then we'll embellish it the same. So I want some book page. We're nearly done now, guys, nearly done. Put a little bit of book page on. Like that. Made this one a little bit taller actually, but that doesn't matter. And then we want another image. And I think I'm going to rip around it again a little bit. Oh, it's gone really warm in this room. I shut the window because of the noise, but I'm feeling very hot at the moment. Right, let's just ink around that. Let's just get rid of that little bit at the bottom there. And let's get my ink pad and just ink around. Okay, I'll put that on there. Oh, actually, I'm going to use foam pads. I think it'll be better. And then I want the little flower that was on one of the pages if I've not used it. Come on, I can't get nothing with these nails. These are not going to last long crafting. Oh dear me. There we go. Right, let's put that on. And then we want the word portraits. Where's that little flower? I hope I've not cut it. Oh, there it is. Let's just get that, cut round that little flower. You know, just a way to use things differently than what they're intended for. Let's just find my little scissors just whilst I just cut around this little flower. Okay, and then we'll put just a little bit of foam pad on there. Oh dear, I'm going to get 2 pieces off now. There we go. Put it in the middle like that. Just get this piece off. Come on. I should have got my tweezers out. Oh dear me. There we go. And stick that little flower there, and then we want the word portraits. Just get this one at the top there. Okay, and again I'm going to put a little bit of ink at the bottom there. That's it. And put some foam pads on there. And I think, oh no, I want something to go in there, don't I? What else did I make? Just another little tag to go in there. So I'm just going to use, what am I going to use? Let's just find something that's left. Yeah, what's this? Oh no, that's an image. We'll use that. Let's just make a tag out of this then. Just going to put down there. Sometimes I get my trimmer and sometimes I don't bother. Sometimes I just go do it by eye, just with my scissors. Just see if that'll fit in there. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is glue it together. Just because I want something on the back as well. I don't want the white. Okay, and again, what I'm going to do is just straighten it up a little bit. Like I've cut it with my knife and fork, and use that piece to cut this side with. Like so. Like that. And then I'm going to make a little tab again for the top. I'm just going to use a piece of that and a piece of this. Make that little tab to go on the top. I didn't cut that in a tag shape last time, but that's fine. And then I want the word image, which is here. They're not the easiest things to cut with these pinking shears, to be honest. I've got some of the, you know, the fancy edge scissors. I use them a lot in my crafting, to be fair. Let's just pop the lid on the ink and then it doesn't dry up. Right, we want something to go on there. Let's just cut that in half. Put that on there, put that back on there. Okay, put that there. And then what did we do? Oh, just an image there. So let's just get one of these. I'm going to use my pink and shears again. Put around it. I don't think I'm going to put any book page underneath this one. I think I'm just going to, yeah, fit on there like that. One. I do hope you can see. I hope I've not been off the screen. Like I said, trying to get back used to videoing again. I've not videoed for a good few weeks before I went away. 2. Right, okay. And then that hopefully will fit in there. And then we've got that one. Right, where's my little pocket? So then guys, that is it. That is my idea for day 16 Reinvent. So let me just move over this stuff and I'll show you. I'll leave all the links, like I said at the beginning, they'll all be in the description box for you to have a look at. So we've got the little pocket there with the piece of ephemera in. No, I'll not get it back in, will I? Come here. And then we've got the pocket with the tag. And then the 2 other little tags. And that is my little project done, guys. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you to Mandy and Julie for inviting me again to collaborate with you. It's been really nice, and I look forward to watching everybody else's videos. Like I said, all links will be in the description box, guys. And thank you so much for taking the time out your day to watch. As always, take care and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.